Morning YouTube world again. Today I'm doing a hot tub install. Well, I'm doing the hot tub feed. It's for a customer that I've worked for before, lives just over the road from me, which is nice. A bit more over the road than the other job. Unfortunately, today it is minus 72 billion degrees outside. Ground's frosty, but it is what it is. Bit of a controversial one with this because I'm trying to do a bit of research on it. I spoke to a few of the electricians that I know, very knowledgeable guys, and there's no clear-cut answer, and you guys will know this if you've been in the same situation or you've been on a Facebook forum before, is when installing a hot tub. Obviously in the regs book, which I've got here, there is no regulation in there to say about hot tubs. You've got swimming pools, basins, or not swimming pool or basins, but there's nothing about hot tubs. Which is very annoying because what you do, so what I've got here is a PME supply. My plan was, in my head, was run a PME supply across to a rotary isolation switch with the earth, separate the earth out. I'd then do my own spike, which I then bring up to the bottom of the rotary isolation switch, which I then connect onto my cable going down to the feed the hot tub. In theory, that sounds great. One thing is, on my test sheets, I don't, because the supply cable feeding the hot tub, because obviously you've got to test the whole cable from beginning to end, you've got two earthing systems on it. And then, to my knowledge, on my software that I use, you can't put two earthing systems on one cable. So that's the first pain in the arse. What I would have liked to have done is run a supply feed to a separate board, and that board would then be TT'd, and then you can run supply to your hot tub. But it's not possible here. There's no room for another fuse board. I'll show you what I mean in a bit. It's just not possible. So in the regs book here, on section 702.410.3.4.2.3, sorry, my mistake, where PME earthing facility is used as means of earthing for electrical installation of a swimming pool or other basin, is recommended that an earth mat or electrotor suitability, low resistance, e.g. 20 ohms or less. To anyone who's ever fitted an earth rod, you would know 20 ohms or less on an earth rod realistically is impossible. So to me, that's a bit of a nonsense thing, unless you're going to stick loads and loads of rods in, which I don't have the space for here either. And then on top of it, there's a shed next to it, which has metal outside lights, which is off the PME supply, I believe. I've not actually gone in there and looked at it, to be fair. So you've got touching distance there. So it would make sense to keep it on the PME system. But all I'm doing today, I'm going to put the supply cable in. I'll show you what we're doing. I'll do the armoured cable around the outside, put the rotary isolation switch on. The hot tub has not been delivered for another 2 or 3 weeks from today's date. So this video will go out. So what I want you guys to do is leave a massive list below in the comment section of what you think the regs, how would you interpret the regs to this? What would you do? Would you put an earth spike in on the same cable like I said, or would you do a PME system? The thing I have the problem with the PME system, I don't have a problem. Weirdly, I find it that other people have a problem is, obviously you get your PME system, so to all everyone else, if you don't know this, your CPC earth is connected to your neutral, so you've got a pen conductor. If you have a neutral fault in the road or in the supply cable somewhere, you then have a loss of earth. So that loss of earth, that means then your installation becomes live in the property. But on top of that, with a hot tub, it's all plastic. All the vents that go into it are plastic. There's no extraneous metal parts. I can't see how you would get a shock off a hot tub. Like, it's designed that it's completely insulated, so there's no, live parts in it. But trying to explain that to someone who thinks they know best is quite difficult, as you probably all know. So I'll get the stuff out, explain what we've got. Okay, let me just run you through the stuff I've got. So first of all, sweet new setup, 2 Vera bags, nice Vito Pro pack, but that'll all come in a later video. Right, thank you to Expert Electrical, as usual. 10% discount code up there. Fuse box boards, anything you need, all below. I've had so many people message me saying I've saved so much money with them, so it's working, so nice one guys. They supplied me the earth rod box, which is huge, which is very cool, as I've never fitted one before, but we'll see if we need to fit one. So what I'm planning to do is, I'm seeking expert advice. I'm going to speak technical, Napit technical, speak to them, see what they say, and I will have a good read through all the comments that you guys say. And like I say, there's no black or white, yes or no answer to it, so we'll sort of have to see. It's going to be 3 weeks at least before this hot tub goes in, so like I say, in the middle of the road, so we can put the supply in. It won't be powered up, it won't be wired into the board before we make our final decision. 32 amp rotary isolator, earth clamp, glands. What I was going to show you. So we had a bit of an unfortunate situation this morning, which you will see. That's my current setup. Wash the van, well done. So I left my cable runner at home, and then on top of things, that fell apart. So I've got an old earth rod on there. Apparently, I still don't know what this is called. I need to ask Adam. That will not support the weight of one of them. So future reference, guys. Yep, cool. So that's 10mm 3-core armoured. Main fuse boards around about here. So we're going to come down straight across under all this, bend it round all nice, all the way around. I'm going to pop up here, rotary isolator, and come down, and then that's all I'm doing today. These slabs are going to get lifted, there's a concrete pad going in, so that's sort of what's going on with that. So I'll stick you on the side, try and run all this armoured cable off, and try not to freeze to death. So what we have is 2 GoPros, that's right. This one was on offer at Curry's for £112. £112. So, twice as much camera footage, 1 me. Let's do it. Got enough loop up there now, so it's passed under everything. There's loads of slack. I bought enough cable because obviously we need to run one from the rotary to the hot tub. So what I'm going to do now, along with the SDS, measure out my measurements, clip back from here. We want to stay on the lowest mortar line there, so as it goes down the ground slope, so it'll be a bit higher up further on. Do that. I'll probably drill these ones to the recess. We'll get these cleated up, and then we'll feed it back to the board. Starting to warm up a bit now. By the way, it's like my new clobber. Snickers jacket. It's not what I think. Everything's Snickers. These are from Snickers as well. These are the solid gear boots. So yeah, it was due an upgrade. If I can find links to all this, I'll send them over. So oh right, gone round drilled. So I've done 300. So I looked at my chart in the regs book. It's 10mm 3-core, it's going horizontal, so they recommend 300 to 350, I think. I can't remember. It's been at least half an hour since I looked at it. I've run out of red plugs, I haven't got enough cleats, so I've just made an order. They're going to turn up shortly with a whisker box for the outside to land it in. So I'm just going to go across, put as many of these in as I can. There's my phone. Right, so anyone that's not done an arm before, I find the best way is do the big reel off straight away, because when you got stuff to tuck it behind, like pipes, and some more pipes down here, there, and then passing it under here, going up there. Look at that sad state of affairs. Pull the length off, start cleaning from one side, and then you just get your tension on it, pull it tight, another cleat, pull it tight, another cleat, until you work your way around. And then eventually I'll just drill up through, put my whisker box on that, and we'll grind into that. So I get as much done as I can. There's an outside light to go on that shed, summer house, sorry. And my stuff should be turned up by 11. Should. If not, I'll just nip around. It's not very far. Just nip around the corner. Yep, I'll do some really delicious footage of this. Right, got that in. This might seem excessive with the clips for how close they are, but there is theory behind it. Obviously, because it's supporting cable, it needs to be done every now and then, like the regs say. But on top of that, because this is sat on the outside of a building, especially with the suns on it, and it will get hot being in use as well, if you separate the clips further apart, when it gets hot as well, the cable from the sun, all that sort of stuff, it will sag. So the more clips in it, the straighter you'll get. So that is an absolute perfectly straight line. Yes, there's a lot of clips, but it's for a reason. So if you are doing this, I would say the more the merrier. Obviously, don't overkill it. I wouldn't put one in between the gap we've got there, because there's just no need. I'm going to get this all clipped round. Hopefully the wholesaler will be coming soon to drop some stuff off, and then I'll probably just I'll film around the corner when we're doing the rotary isolation switch. This is where we're at now. That's on, use the armour slice, that's nice and neat, blah blah blah. Obviously a few people might be wondering, I brought that in, obviously that's going to be your feed, and if we're splitting the ears, that's way too close. So what I'm going to do, this is going to be sort of left as it is. If we're going to spike it off differently, there'll be another plastic containment there, there'll be a plastic coupler to join through, so the earth will go into a separate box, but we'll get to that when we get near it. So run all the way around, outside, loop down, and it goes across. So unfortunately the customer's gone out right now, so I can't actually access the house, because obviously I need to go. The fusible is just in the kitchen cupboard, it needs to be drilled through. It's going to be a whisker box put on the outside there, and then I've just gone up, glanded, and then what I'll do is just remove the outer sheath and the armoured, because it'll be glanded, obviously armoured glanded into the whisker box. I'm going to drill a 20mm hole through, slide some black conduit through, and then it's double insulated anyway, because you've got your white outside core, and then obviously you've got your normal insulated cores anyway. So it'll be double insulated through the wall into the back of the box, and obviously an earth fly lead as well from the whisker box. I got one of them earth glanding plates to be a fly lead pushed through there as well. So I can't really film this as yet. I'm not sure how long the customer's going to be, so I'm going to have a bit of a tidy up. Hopefully I'll catch you back in a minute. So the customer's home now. I'm going to pop in, kitchen there, drill straight through this tiny little bit, and then just big a bit on the way through to try not to blow the bricks out too much. Bricks that will get blown out will be hidden behind the whisker box. If you ever do it with a thick bit first time, you could blow out a whole brick if you get it in the centre. Sometimes you get it through the mortar, depending. So I won't take this inside. I'll just I'll do that bit, and then I'll gland up. Pretty much near the end of the job now. Heads up, whisker box on, 20mm conduit through, 6mm earth through to earth the armoured. We've got the thing on. Sorry, I had 6 phone calls in a row and got on with things. So sort of sum up this, I spoke to a few sparks already. I'm going to speak to a Napit technical helpline before anything's powered up, see what they say. A few different variants that we could have. The hot tub spa, whatever's going in, might not even need an earth. This whole situation might be unnecessary to talk about, but the one thing I found difficult is there's no actual regulation. I looked at the regs, but there's nothing for hot tubs. Personally, I think there should be a regulation written out for people that install hot tubs, because a lot of people have them nowadays. It's quite a big thing. So to finish this off, I'll put in the description below what Napit said. I'll do a follow-up at some point once it's up live and we know what we're doing. Follow on from that, go and check out GSH Electrical YouTube channel. I'll put the link down below. I've done some visits there, a few videos coming. There's one video out now already, so I'll head over to that. And once again, Expert Electrical, Bundy 10, fuse box boards, amazing price for, and all the other electrical needs. I'll put it all below. Cheers guys.